Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, December 23, 2022. The Sun begins its transit of your intimacy sector, where it will travel until January 20th. This cycle stirs your desire to connect with your more profound emotions. It also awakens your interest in meaningful and absorbing relationships or projects. The coming month favors introspection and developing your intimate or inner world. You tend to pick a focus and pour a lot of energy into it. It can also be a time to face your fears. Self-honesty comes naturally and in handy during this Sun cycle. You're learning much about your psychology, relationships, and deeper interests. Shared money or resources can be a hot topic. You are more intense in your mood and disposition at this time of year. Today, the Sun and Jupiter clash in new sign sectors, creating tension as their cycles kick off. A craving for more meaning or excitement in your life can figure strongly. However, overshooting the mark is a strong possibility with today's transits. Something is premature now. Aim to prioritize or allow yourself some distance from a matter so that you can return to it refreshed and with more objectivity. As the wheel of life turns ever on, you are being welcomed to step forward into the next horizon. Today marks the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and is one of the most significant turning points in the year. It also initiates the collective into Capricorn season, pushing us to embody the energy of the cardinal earth element. Becoming grounded in our lives, ambitions, and relationships is a top priority in the weeks ahead as we also dig deep into the coldest and darkest months. Yet, despite it being the winter season with very long nights, we are actually moving toward brighter days from this point moving forward. Embrace this darkness and let it hold you delicately. Commit to new opportunities. As the moon enters Sagittarius and the Sun enters Capricorn, you may feel inspired to dive into your professional commitments. Do not be afraid to explore your options for working with certain individuals or committing to obligations that seem exciting. Capricorn season is the perfect time to start investing in long-term professional partnerships and commitments. But you will need to be mindful of how much you share with others so that your engagements can remain professionally intimate without becoming an entanglement. Maintaining boundaries will be crucial. When the moon returns to your financial sector tomorrow, it will be to not only create the last new moon of 2022 but the last here until 2024. There will be no new moons here in 2023, so as the Sun returns today and the solar spotlight shifts onto your financial situation and money matters, it will be a relief to find that you already have the resources needed to run with the opportunity this will bring for a fresh start. The tendency to nurture others can be a liability for you. Unless you are a paid professional during office hours, taking care of yourself first is your foremost responsibility. Even parents need to focus on themselves if they are going to be proper role models for their children. If you need someone to nurture, look in the mirror. You are a wonderful listener. Ask your reflection what it needs and hop to it. It may take a little practice, but you can do it. Welcome to a day that is full of your own 3 energy. You're certain to feel enthusiastic and especially creative. Also, making yourself heard will be very important to you. Expression is an essential part of who you are as a 3, and finding new and innovative ways to accomplish this will be a strong need. Verbal communication doesn't always cut it, but if you give your imagination free rein, you'll come up with ideas to bring far more variety to your modes of expression. When the Sun leaves your relationship sector today, the moon will stay on, keeping you emotionally engaged while doing what it can to ensure you know what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Helping with that is a clash with Mars in Gemini, something that once a month can put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test. There is no better time than today, with a last-minute chance to create something authentic, knowing that once the moon leaves tomorrow there will be no more planetary activity on the relationship front until later next year. Having the moon in your relationship sector as the Sun leaves today will keep you emotionally engaged while ensuring there is no sudden drop-off. However, When the moon leaves tomorrow, there will be nothing more to keep the focus on your relationships, making it important to not only remain emotionally engaged but to make your relationships a priority today. Our eyes in the sky. The sun moves into Capricorn today, marking the solstice and beginning of winter. This ambitious sign lends us plenty of resilience as we navigate the holiday season. A square between the Sun and Jupiter gives us the opportunity to communicate bluntly, but try to avoid being too matter-of-fact with people who are especially sensitive. The energy here can also cause our focus to shift toward the things we want to accomplish before the year ends, while considering our goals and resolutions as we continue to inch toward 2023. You feel impatient, on edge, unable to relax. It's particularly difficult to find any peace. If you're normally calm and well-balanced, this is the stimulation you need to put plans you have been thinking about for a long time into action. With such an enterprising attitude, you may be overstretched. If you feel on edge, allow yourself the peace you need. If you enjoy buying yourself something new, go ahead and do it. You have the means to do so, and it's about time you treated yourself. Your finances allow you to make a small investment and you are sensible enough not to overspend. An opposition between the Sagittarius moon and Mars retrograde can put us in touch with our personal power without sacrificing our sympathy toward others. Remember that helping others and you can helps you score karma points while providing an excellent outlet for this aspect. The energy here could make people a bit insensitive and more oriented around themselves, so try not to lose touch with your empathy, and avoid triggering discussions that could lead to arguments. Energy levels could take a hit as well, so try to pace yourself if you start to feel sluggish. If you can, go to bed a bit earlier tonight. In the late afternoon, the sun exits broad-minded Sagittarius and enters tenacious Capricorn, the sign of the sea goat. Its ingress corresponds to the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, marking the shortest and longest days of the year respectively. During Capricorn season, we seek to erect stable foundations upon which to build an enterprise. Our goals may be work-oriented, aligned with Capricorn perseverance, or relationship-oriented, aligned with Capricorn loyalty. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. It archetypally resonates with initiation, as well as with grounding our desires and visions into a tangible container. For any great work to be accomplished, we must be aware of the time, resources, and energy that we can devote to it. We must persist despite stacked odds, yet also know when to cut our losses. Here, we have a true opportunity to work literal magic, pulling our imaginative designs out of the ether, turning our fantasies into realities. In the late afternoon, the sun squares off with Jupiter in Aries, an aspect that will play a role in the upcoming December 23rd new moon. This transit makes us indulgent and overly optimistic. We can lose focus and become less disciplined in our work, believing that everything will organically sort itself out without applied attention. However, the Capricorn sun is an especially committed sun, so we have less to worry about in terms of follow-through. In fact, that may be the central problem. During the Sun-Jupiter square, we risk zealously making too many promises under the assumption that we can accomplish whatever we set our minds to. In the heat of the moment, we have no doubt that our initiatives will succeed. Yet when the dust settles, we may find that we've taken on too many assignments and we are unable to quit any of them. The best approach now is to wait and think about things before committing. Give yourself a week before firming up any plans.